You know, I've been around for a while. Met some interesting people. Done some crazy things. So you just might think that there's not much that can take me by surprise. You'd be wrong. The world is full of stories, science and things that amaze and confound me. Every single day, incredible mysteries that keep me awake at night. Some I can answer. Others just defy logic. Are aliens among us? In Colorado, a farmer makes a gruesome discovery. A cow is mutilated by technology beyond human comprehension.
My first thought was, they're back.
Did aliens commit this ghastly crime? Across the world, thousands of people are being dragged from their beds in the middle of the night. Are they being abducted by extraterrestrials?
There's nothing normal about these beings.
And in the USA, an astronomer makes a remarkable discovery. A cryptic message from outer space. Could this be the first scientific evidence of alien contact? Yeah. It's a weird world, and I love it. Aliens exist. And what's more, they not only aim to take over our planet, they're already here. And they're breeding with us. You think I'm crazy? No. Well, maybe. But think twice. More than 15 million Americans claim they've seen a UFO, and let's face it, most of us believe that aliens are somewhere out there. But now, all over the planet, weird, unexplainable, and sometimes horrific events are telling us something else. They're not only right here, they're up to no good. Weird, or what? The San Luis Valley is a beautiful corner of Colorado, and home to hundreds of cattle ranchers just like Mike Duran.
I grew up in the area here. Lived here all my life.
But on March 8th, 2009, Mike's perfect world was shattered when one of his prize cows went missing.
Last time we saw her was Friday for sure. Sunday when I came to feed, I noticed her little baby was by itself. So I went around the property looking for her, and I did not find her, so I went on a ridge, and on the ridge I can see the whole property very, very good.
Finally, Mike finds what he's looking for. But it's not good news.
I figured while she came down, she just fell. She just died. Thought to myself, well, she's been a good cow.
But on closer inspection, Mike makes a horrifying discovery.
And that's when I noticed that her udders had been removed. And then I looked and also noticed that the female organ around the vaginal area had also been cut out. And it's weird because there's no blood around. There are no tracks.
It appears Mike's cow has been brutally mutilated. But remarkably, this senseless crime isn't the only one.
In the dead of night, someone or something crept onto the Martin property and removed the sex organs and other parts from a 700-pound steer.
I don't see anything on this side.
Garth Lamb had never seen anything like it.
It appears to be something very sharp.
During the last century, cattle mutilation has been reported all over the world. The incidents are all chillingly similar. The animal's sexual organs, tongue, eyes, and ears are often missing. Its blood has been drained. And there is no evidence to identify the attacker. Mike believes he knows what is responsible for these vicious mutilations.
The cuts are something that you cannot just make with a knife or anything. It looks like it's cut and cauterized at the same time, like a laser cut. My first thought was, they're back. I believe that it's not something from this world.
Arkansas State Police Officer Sergeant Rick O'Kelly and Sergeant Doug Fogley are cow mutilation experts. They personally investigated nearly 40 identical cases in Washington County in 1979.
We started having a rash of mysterious deaths of livestock, and our job is to determine whether a crime has occurred.
I got to review most of the cases in Arkansas, look at their photographs, and go to a few scenes. There were a lot of theories. A lot of people crawled out of the woodwork.
But this was a crime they had never seen the likes of before. They decided to use detective work to try and solve it.
Sheriff Herb Marshall came into my office and outlined an experiment he wanted to do to determine, what might be causing these cattle mutilations.
Using surveillance cameras to study sick and dying cows from the moment of their death, they hoped the experiment would reveal how injuries in the mutilated animals might occur.
What we were seeing within just a couple of hours, these animals would start to bloat from the gases inside, and that would force all their organs on the outside. The eye that was turned up, that was exposed to the air, it was missing, it was gone. The tongue was missing, and the sexual organs of the animal, they were all gone.
But could escaping gases account for other classic signs of mutilation? Could they produce the precise laser-like cuts Mike Durant found on his dead cow?
There was a lot of talk about surgical incisions and things like that, but this was all done by flies. Anytime you have an animal like that that's laying out in the hot sun and it swells up and all its organs get pushed out through its anus, you're going to have some blood out there, and the blowflies cleaned it all up. I mean, this was a classic cattle mutilation. The flies would lay the eggs in the carcass, and within just a very short period of time, they'd hatch out into maggots, and these things they're great surgeons. I mean, they took care of it very quickly. We were able to produce that in our experiment.
There's no difference in the classic mutilation photos and the photos taken by Washington County.
I'm absolutely positively convinced that our experiment proved it beyond a shadow of a doubt, and the results for the past 30 years, I think, back that up.
It's a compelling experiment, but questions remain.